first of all, how do you feel like camp's going for you so far, and how close do you think you are to being 100% ready for the season?
I think it's going well so far. Just kind of going through the new schedule, the new ramp up. It's new to everybody. It's new to me. So coming in and just really ramping it up right away. It's an adjustment, and we're all making it. And I definitely feel like I'm ready for the season, and got 2 more starts before we're ready to go. So I'm looking forward to getting those and tuning some things up, and then ready to roll.
Next up, we have Dan Connolly. Go ahead, Dan.
Hey, Asher, how's it going?
What's up?
So obviously this team, is supposed to be in a rebuilding year, and, teams in the East may have more talent or more proven, experienced talent. But you keep hearing that, every, for a 60-game season, anything can happen. How much do you think you guys are resonating with that? Is it something that you guys have talked about? And is there something to the fact that anything can happen in 2 months of baseball?
Yeah, I think that's the mindset no matter what, that anything can happen. We all believe in ourselves. To be honest with you, I get really tired of people saying, oh, they're rebuilding, they're not trying. We're all here. We're professionals. We're here to get to compete and to win. And if you're not here to do that, then you shouldn't be here. So we're all here to win. We're all here to compete. We're all here to get better, and that's the goal.
Next up, Joe Trezza. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, Asher, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You were pretty vocal on social media last month during the civil unrest and the protests that were happening around the country. I'm curious what inspired you to speak out with the message that you had, and what you hope to accomplish with it.
My whole message is just love and unity. Being a kid that grew up on the mission field with my parents being missionaries and my dad being a pastor, I feel like I'm a pretty well-cultured kid that I got to travel the world. I got to see many different cultures and got to see the love of Christ all over the world. And that's just one thing that I try to do is just love people, no matter where they're from, no matter what they look like, is just to spread that love and to love your neighbor. And I think it's a simple message, and it's something that I try to live by and try to show through my actions. And it's just something that has been instilled in me since a little kid, and to love your neighbor, love one another. And I think that it's a good message, and things would be a lot simpler if everybody did that. So it's just something that I try to speak about and set an example for.
Next up, we got Rich Dubroff. Go ahead, Rich.
Hey, Asher. For a couple of the early intra-squad games, you were watching from behind home plate in the stands. Did you pick up anything from that vantage point?
I was just kind of watching just to watch baseball. I hadn't seen baseball in a long time, so wanted to watch my teammates. Wanted to watch how guys were throwing. Wanted to see how everybody was kind of looking out there, and just wanted to watch some competitive baseball. So mostly I was just there just to catch some competition, and also to prepare myself for my starts. Just to when you walk on the mound, it's not the first time that you've seen a baseball game. So I wanted to kind of just get that feeling of that adrenaline kind of when you watch a game or when you get prepared for a game, and try to just prepare myself for my outings.
Next up, Jeff Arnold. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Asher, thanks for doing this, and I hope you're staying safe. I wanted to ask you about your split change. You were talking about how spring training was a pitch you were working on. Where is it right now as far as just how comfortable you feel with it, and maybe some of the work that you put in after spring training was canceled?
Yeah, so it was a pitch that I was trying to develop in the first off season, and then coming into spring, the first spring training, I really wasn't liking the action that I was getting on it, because just when I was throwing it to hitters, it really wasn't doing what I wanted it to. So in the second off season, I started to develop just more of like a true changeup feel, because that's a pitch that I have thrown throughout the years, and just was trying to tinker with finger placement, with kind of where I was holding it in my hand, and I feel like I've come across a grip that is familiar to me, and I've been throwing it since I've gotten back, and I really like the action on it, and I've actually thrown it to some hitters and like the action on it. So it's more of a true changeup now, and like I said, it's for it being my fourth pitch. It's something I'll continue to work on, and hopefully I'll be throwing it more and getting good results with. And so I'm excited to see kind of how it plays out.
Next up, Joe Trezza again. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, Asher. A baseball question this time. Can you just give us an update on how well you're built up right now, and what you did in your last start in terms of innings and pitches, and where you want to be next time out?
Yeah. So my last start, it was just another live BP, with no defenders, but I was able to face hitters for 4 innings and 66 pitches, I believe. So everything felt good. I feel like I'm right where I need to be. My next outing will be five innings, 75 pitches. And I think I'll do that for my next 2 outings, and then be ready to go 6-7 innings when the season starts. So I feel like my body and my arm is right where it needs to be, and I'll be ready to go come the season.
Dan Conley with another question. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, Asher, can you give us your take on this rotation as a whole? What you think about it now? There's obviously been some additions. LeBlanc, Cobb could be healthy. What do you think of overall of this rotation and what it can do?
I really like our rotation. For when people say we're a rebuilding team, I feel like we have a very veteran rotation, guys with a lot of experience, with Wade, Cobb, Malone, and then John with the experience he had last year, and then with the experience that I had last year with the team as well. I just feel like we're going to push each other. We're gonna learn from one another. We all get along great, and I think it's going to be an exciting year for us, just moving forward, and we're gonna get better, and we're just gonna go out there and compete every day.